What's up, guys? So this kicks off the 6th week of off-season training and the 3rd week of this second wave here. Um, After last week's kind of shitty squat session, was ready to come into today and actually come in and do some good work. Had a really good weekend with benching. Hit all 4 sets of 250 for 8 reps. Was able to successfully pause the last rep of every single set. Then went into some high pin presses, working with 450 for 5, 450 for 5, and then 500 for 3, and then held the last rep for about 8 seconds. So just some good overload work there on the triceps and just get the nervous system used to holding more weight in my hands. So did that, and then the usual upper body accessories, some shoulder work, some arms, and pull aparts, things like that. So also came in at 250 this weekend, which means I am officially down 13 pounds in the last 5.5, 6 weeks. So I'm right on schedule as far as dropping weight. Can definitely finally see a difference here as well. Stomach has definitely come down a couple of inches. So pretty excited about that. Came into this day feeling pretty good, actually. Hips are feeling great. I played around with a little bit different hand position on the bar today. I went back to more of a broken wrist type grip instead of the thumbless locked wrist that I've been using for most of the last year or so. What I found on this day is that with that different wrist position, it allows me to keep my elbows a lot more pulled in and down into my sides, and I'm able to actually pull the bar across my back to get the lats a lot tighter, which in turn kept me upright and made all of these squats look and feel much more efficient than the last couple weeks. So I was definitely happy with that. Today being the day after, my elbows don't seem to be in any amount of pain, so hopefully this is something I continue to use in the future. The caveat with that are going to be whether or not my elbows and bicep tendons can hold up to that position, but I was able to get the bar lodged into my back pretty well on this day without supporting the weight with my wrist, which is usually a big concern with a low bar position. So that was pretty exciting, but these felt really good. Finished all 5 sets of 8 in about, I'd say about 45, maybe 55 minutes. They felt pretty good. I mean, it wasn't easy work. Definitely by the end of the last couple of sets, the weight felt like it was about 100 pounds heavier than when I started, which is kind of the goal. So core held up really well. You can see as I start to fatigue out that asymmetrical weight shift to the right, if you're looking at me with my left hip, that does start to kick in, and you can see I'm having to really fight to keep pushing the knees out and keep both sides of my hips activated. So there's a little bit of a weight shift there. Definitely not as bad as a couple weeks ago, but that's just something that I gotta keep working on. I'm most likely gonna bring some single leg work back into my training here, possibly starting next week, since that'll be the beginning of the next wave, where I drop down into sets of 5. I'm going to keep the squats beltless. I'm going to start adding a belt to my deadlifts starting next week, because I'm going to try a little bit different progression now that I've gotten, or will have gotten, 6 weeks of beltless pulling in from different heights. I'm going to be going most likely towards more of a high volume approach that slowly tapers over the course of the rest of this year. So I got to sit and map that out a little bit, but I've got a couple of good ideas for what to do as far as my deadlift training. Squats, I'm going to finish out the last couple weeks of beltless and then run another cycle leading towards the rest of the year, end of the year, but I'll bring a belt back into my training there. So everything was great here. You can see that I'm not falling forward too terribly, so my core has definitely gotten a lot stronger. This 5th set, I decided to film from the side just to make sure that I'm still getting consistent depth. These aren't really quite as deep as I would like them to be. but I'm at least hitting parallel there. It's hard to see just because of the bike shorts are black, but I'm getting decent depth. I checked from the front too, so these feel pretty good. Everything's unwinding really nicely. It took about probably 8 to 10 minutes after I finished this last set here. Just kind of get my breath back, get my lungs under control, and let my stomach settle because I was a little bit nauseous after this last set here. But jumped right into pause squats, went back to a flat shoe for this, so I'm doing these in my Reebok power shoes. This week just going down and stopping momentum on the bar, not doing an extended time pause. Started with 225, which was the weight that felt like a ton of bricks 2 weeks ago. Those felt great. Went up to 275. I'm starting to shift a little bit to the side, but my left shoulder has been tight. I'm pretty sure I actually have a rib out, but I gotta go get that taken care of tomorrow. Didn't hurt while I was squatting, but I'm pretty sure I have a rib out on that side there, so whatever. 315, moving nice and fast here. I've definitely got a lot more power coming out of the bottom than I did 2 weeks ago. I'm holding a lot better position, and this set actually felt the best, so I decided to throw in a fourth set, even though I was only scheduled for 3. Wanted to get a set in at 365. So this is my top set of pause squats. 365 for about a second, pause at the bottom, just enough to stop momentum, keep position, and then start the weight over again. So these felt really good. I could have done a little bit better job driving my knees out and keeping the hips tight, but I held good position overall, and the bar moved pretty quickly. So pretty confident I probably could have gone up over 400 with these had they been a little bit earlier into the session. Only showed the top set of the hands-free safety squat bar box squats today. This was also a fourth set just because everything felt really good. So this is my top set at 330. Was able to keep my core nice and tight on these, so this also felt relatively conservative today, but because of time constraints I didn't throw in a fifth set to see where things are at. So this is just set number 4 out of 3, but you can see I'm keeping my upper back nice and tight, and I don't have any dumping forward of the chest, so I actually really like this exercise for that. I can feel it really hitting my core well, so might keep those in for another couple of weeks. Nothing exciting here. I finished up with 3 sets of leg extensions and leg curls, just to put some extra blood and volume into the quads and hamstrings. I superset all 3 of these sets back to back without taking any rest breaks in between. So these, they're leg extensions. My quads actually started cramping later in the day after all this volume work. Just trying to demonstrate a pause squat to somebody, came up and locked the squat out and then my legs seized up. So that was pretty exciting. Apparently I did some good work here. So that is it. Decided to just hit one big AMRAP set with the rollouts. I was going to do a superset with rollouts and stir the pots, maybe even like a bird dog or something, but by the time that I got all of this work done, I had about 15 minutes before my next client, so I wanted to be able to not smell like a sweaty ball sack or skip a meal. So just hit one big set here, hit 22 reps. I probably could have squeaked out a few more, to be completely honest. I didn't push 100% on this, so sorry on that. But whatever, we got some ab work in. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click like and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it yet, be sure to connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. Information is at the end of this video. And if you are interested in any of the programs that we offer here at the gym, be sure to check out our website at www.savagegym.com.